this is your Timeline Tarot. So Timeline Tarot, if you've never watched this channel before, how it works is you can go from one timeline. I do 2 timelines because there's multiple timelines for people to have in their life experience. So by your emotions you hold or what you focus on or the choices you make can really move you between multiple timelines. So that's what Timeline Tarot is. So before I turned on the camera, Gemini, I got treasure trove, exploring family roots, money coming in, and family change. So let's see if that reading, or those words kind of go along or correlate with this reading in any way, shape, or form. I'm feeling something with a family member with heart issues, or like a father figure who had heart issues or could potentially has already passed over. But if you have a father figure that's passed over from heart issues, please know he's with you and coming through the reading currently. I feel like he also had something to do with like sports, or he was really into sports. Anyway, he just wanted to make an appearance. All right, let's see what this first timeline is. Okay, so this first timeline, it looks like a lot of you are feeling extremely just kind of disconnected from your own intuition as far as like knowing which path you need to go. You're kind of just like in a desert period where you feel very stagnant. Let me see if I can pull some more with that, because that's just like there's no love coming in. You might even have like a separation that's occurred in your life with family or a loved one, like a lover. Let's see. Well, what I'm being shown is, see, this is just more validation. It looks like no matter how hard you try, things are just not really working out the way you wanted them to or expected them to, Gemini. It's like you work really hard and you find yourself back at the same sort of heartbreak, or potentially even someone really close to you has actually felt like you're stabbed in the back by them, and you're going to take a minute to just have to pull back your energy and take a break from them. So I think your fear is that if you let this person know how much this has hurt you, you're fearful that they'll abandon you by letting them know how you feel, or your inner thoughts or inner emotions. And what I'm being told here is that this person isn't going to abandon you if you let them in and understand where you are. This could even be like a work situation where you're wanting to like express what your needs and desires are, and you're afraid to really express or let this boss or person know, hey, this is what I need as your employee. So what I am saying is, if this is a work situation, you really need to work on boundaries with this person or people. It's kind of like your boundaries are a little loose with them. And in the long run, it'll help you if you kind of make those boundaries a little more solidified and kind of let people know where you stand. Don't make too many people your friend, is what I'm getting with that first timeline. So really just listen to your internal guidance system with this situation. I feel like a lot of you are going to be throwing yourselves into a work situation, and that's okay, because that's going to kind of help you navigate this time where you feel very stagnant. It's like you have to search for that hobby or that thing that just kind of feeds your soul. And it's going to take a little work. It's going to take a little work for this first timeline. But at work, if this is a work situation, make yourself known. Make your boundaries known. And I feel like you're going to, I mean, that might be the only thing really going for that first timeline right now. It's just a work sort of situation or work in general. And if you've been like discovering a new hobby or something that you didn't know you liked, like an art situation or something with art, I feel like it's really going to benefit you to keep exploring that. This feels like a newfound love for something in the arts. Maybe even writing. I keep getting something about writing or just creation alone. Just really do that and take the emotions you're feeling from like the separation with the lover or the separation from family, like this just real desert period for this first timeline. Really use that pain and that hurt to create something. I just feel like it's right there. All right, so the second timeline. So for the second timeline, it looks like you have opportunities that like possibly you left a situation within a relationship, like a triangular love, so 3 people. And you have a lot of opportunities, but you're not very patient about the opportunities coming forward. You're not really taking the time. You like, hurry up, I want this to happen. I want it to happen. But really what Spirit is asking of you is to create your own happiness within yourself so that you can attract a partner that is of equal value. Because at this point in time, you're only going to attract somebody who is of lesser value if you do not take the time to get to know yourself again. Take the time to love yourself again. Because whatever just happened or what you just came out of really did a number on you as a person. And it made your self-worth go down. And it's almost like you got to hurry up and fill this void that you're feeling because of the pain. I feel like you're going to have somebody extremely emotional come forward in your existence. It's going to be a lot different than what you are used to. I feel like the person you might have left or came from, or the relationship you came from, is very deceitful, very pulled back emotionally, not really forthcoming. And this person coming forward, it feels like a water sign of some sort. This person's going to be very vocal about how they feel and about how they feel about you. And that's going to be something you're not used to. So again, it's just, there's more reiteration coming through about how you don't have to be so strong that you're almost hard to approach. So a lot of what is happening, why this might be prolonged, or this relationship that you're trying to manifest or desire to have, it might be prolonged because you have walls up and you think that they are strength. However, I don't think, I have to tell you that these walls that you have up are actually not coming off as being strong. They're coming off as being hard. So you're not allowing anyone in because of fear. So you need to let that little bit of that strength go. You don't need as much of it anymore so that you can allow love in, because you have to soften up a little bit. It's a very scary thing to do when you've been hurt in the past, to allow people in your world, because obviously you're afraid. But you're never going to get what you want if you don't allow yourself to soften up. That's one thing I've had to learn with my own self, is like, okay, yeah, you might be a little too soft or a little too mushy or a little too loving. It's like, but that's something unique about me that I don't ever want to lose. No matter how dark and twisted the world can be, I'm still going to be wholesome. I'm still going to be a good, genuine person, no matter how corrupt the world around me becomes. Because that's just who you are. So that's my advice to you. Let's see here. So I feel like the person from your past who was the player energy, yes, they think about you. Yes, they regret it, but they just cannot seem to change that part of them. So really just, if you're still holding on to that past relationship that was so deceitful, my advice to you is to really try and work on allowing that old energy to go out of your field, to completely eliminate it from your life, Gemini, because this individual really, I think you had a really strong connection with them, but it just feels like a toxic, strong connection. Feels like hot and heavy, but it wasn't good for you. And they're just going to continue to play games. So if you have a person coming from the past still trying to say, hey, let's try this again, let's do this again, I wouldn't trust what they're saying, because you're learning, no matter how painful it is, you're learning how to fulfill yourself for the very first time. And you have to continue down the path I just heard, continue down the path of least resistance. So, sometimes when we feel super fearful of a path, that's kind of where we need to head, and don't be resistant to it. Even though you want to resist, don't resist. All right, let me pull an animal card. Do I want to do that? What do I want to do? Yeah, I think I'll do that. I just like him. I like them. I just heard, know your inner well-being is not dictated on your strength. Interesting. Your inner well-being is not dictated on your strength. So you can be strong, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's best. Very wise, Spirit. Thank you. So I have Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. Thank you. Beautiful. Embrace the in-between. Be patient. Something better is coming. Be generous of spirit, Lion Spirit. Be generous of spirit. So maybe this is a good time for you to start some sort of spiritual practice while you're in the middle of this desert period with a love interest coming in. It's interesting, both timelines are kind of in a desert place, a kind of a holding space where you're almost like hibernating. And again, I don't know where you live in the country, but if you live where, Northern America, or Northern United States, it's winter time, so you're going to be kind of locked inside where you're hibernating. So really, Spirit's asking you to create some sort of connection with Spirit, some sort of regular routine that you do to make that connection, whether it be prayer, whether it be in your own type of prayer. It doesn't have to be these dogmatic things we've been taught. You can create some other way that you connect with Spirit. But Spirit's asking you to do that, to start some sort of spiritual practice while you're inside in this desert period. Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured. Again, you're in this desert place, you're in this cocoon, and you will be reborn into something greater if you allow it. That's the thing about life. We have free will. Not everything is guaranteed. You can prolong things as long as you want to. Spirit doesn't care how long you take. If you want things to move in your world, sometimes you have to surrender. You have to surrender to what is, and it's not easy to do. But if you can go inward and just start a regular routine of connecting inside of you, this period is going to go a lot smoother. All right, Gemini, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching my channel. If you want to subscribe, that would be great, since somebody else that's a Gemini. And if you want to donate, all my information's in the description. If you want to set up an appointment, a private reading, that's also in the description below. Thank you so much. Have a great week.